Ooh.
And we're live.
Hey!
Welcome aboard. So tonight, before we get started, we got a new thing.
New thing on our head.
And we got these two. We're gonna be selling these very shortly.
You're gonna be on the
But
website.
we also have a new thing. So we got the home run chain now.
You're damn right.
The fancy one.
This
that
is the heavy
Sox
one.
Only
This is heavy
gave
as
to
fuck.
the.
This is the one you
season
could
ticket
break
holders
someone's face with. This is the good one.
and cut a lot of cocaine.
And so we could definitely chop it up. But we're gonna give it to going forward. Each show for the after show, we're gonna give it to whoever did the best on the show. Whoever was the MVP of the podcast gets this. And tonight we named the episode after him. My Sock Summer for the tumble in the jungle.
Tumble in the jungle, baby.
Yes. Wear that shit proudly, baby.
Right
here. Yeah.
It's very iced out.
It is iced
Very
out.
sparkly.
It's very nice. And if you're watching this right now, if you, I know probably people are selling them on the eBay for a couple bucks. Orland Park Mall, they have a pop-up White Sox store. $15. $15.
Oh, you can rock that chain.
You can go down and get a chain, a home run chain. So that's the going price, $15. Just
Sweet.
helping people out.
So, Beefalo, what are we talking about tonight?
So this after show is going to be all about mixtapes for the OGs, the old heads,
It's a mixed.
or for you youngins, playlists.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing. They merged together a little bit, not perfectly the same, but we want to discuss sort of general philosophies and then some tactics.
So-
how you would create these.
I'm gonna go out off front here and just say it's bullshit to compare the playlist to the mixed CD
They're very
Or
different.
mixtape,
They're very
because-
different beasts.
because you only have like on the mixtape and then CD you only have like 80 some minutes that you could like put your
Right.
thought in.
Yep.
And as we learned in Boogie Nights, sometimes like in the middle of a thing, like in the middle of a song, like it'll just stop
Yeah,
and it'll
Because-
kill the vibe.
because
So
you
you
got
had to make that good mixtape.
45 minutes per side.
Yeah.
That's generally what you
Right.
30 or 45 minutes. You had the 60 or 90-minute mix.
Yep.
That's true.
And so
I don't know why I said 80 minutes. Right in the middle.
That's about right.
It's about right. It's about right. There were some.
The
that were
CDs
40.
were like that, though.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
the CDs were roughly
the CDs
80
were about
minutes.
80.
Okay.
So there's 74 minutes or something like
It's
that.
like
Something like
14
that.
tracks,
It
right?
was
Yeah.
about- yeah, it was about that.
And that was always tough to navigate.
Yeah, you had to
Right.
like
You know,
figure out where
you
it
pull that
was.
shit down from Napster, and you get all your good.
There was
free
an
songs.
end to it.
LimeWire.
You know?
LimeWire. Oh yeah, no one downloaded porn from LimeWire.
No,
But
not
so-
one time.
Never did.
Mine did that.
But yeah, it's like so there's different variants of it, right? There's
Right.
the mixtape, and then there's the CD, and then there's the playlist. The playlist I think is a very different beast. My Sock Summer, give us some of your ideas on when you're not only just building a mixtape, but building the mixed CD. And then what's your new philosophy on the
So-
playlist?
So my initial like when it was like mixtapes, I remember probably one of the first mixtapes I ever made was for whoever I was dating in high school before I went to college, and it was I did a mixtape. We were in a cover band, and I did our whole front set, like our first set, like on the front side of the tape, and then the second side was the songs I liked. So it was like, I want you to remember that I'm in a band and I'm probably pretty cool. So like, don't be taking any strange wherever you fuck you're going to college. You just remember that you're with a guitar player and singer in a band who is not as enormous as he is now. Okay, but then it moved on to when we got into like making mix like CDs for people. I was like putting in stuff. If I wanted to convert somebody over to liking something that I liked, that's what I would start going in. So when I re-met my wife, because I met my wife in college, I was like, I gotta throw her the CD because she's listening to shit music. So I gotta get her like some good music.
Yeah.
So I put in like some like Brother Ali, like some Atmosphere, like stuff that I'm into. Just mix it in, you know, like She's like, oh, that's really good. I really like that. I really like this. And then she put it on her iPod and stuff. This is before she hated me because we weren't married yet. And then like, so she would like listen to me and take my advice. And so she would throw the stuff on her iPad and work out to it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that was the second iteration, And now this playlist stuff, like I don't understand. I mean, I know what it is. Like I'll listen to Treasy's playlist. I'll listen to like, when you go on the Spotify and this and that. But for the most part, I'm mostly like a serious like kind of guy. The music channel Sirius.
Yeah.
Sirius Pandora.
Yeah,
like
sure.
you tell me what I'm supposed to listen to.
So I think the other question that Beef had on this was when you make the playlist, if you were going to listen to your own playlist or your own CD that you put together, what's a song that you always have on there but you skip?
Oh,
skip
see,
or band,
Or
It's band.
an artist. Could be an artist.
so we're gonna kick it back to high school. All right, there was a bunch of girls that would make mixtapes for all these like different guys, like whoever they were dating or whatever would make different guys. The one song that they would always put on the song was "Fast Car" by Tracy Chapman. That's a fast forward song, man. unless you're really feeling that shit, that one.
No,
and
I
then
get
there
that.
was and then the new Fast Car, which I felt was a new Fast Car, Pablo Honey from Radiohead, that record, Thinking About You. I mean, it's the same kind of
right,
fucking. It's like
Yeah.
with the guitar, and it is like it's almost too much sometimes. Like you don't need to listen to that shit. You're trying to be serious, like. Give me something good,
Right,
like don't give me
right.
that. But I would say majority of my playlist, or not playlist, but my mixtapes and mix CDs in college was bands that I had just heard that I wanted somebody else to listen to. Like, you need to listen to this. Like, hey, this is a ska band out of St. Louis. You need to check this out. Hey, this is a band that I just heard from Chicago that like nobody like probably knows about. You need to listen to these 3 songs because they're fucking dope. And then you would send it to your friend at University of Iowa, your friend at like wherever. So, but yeah, for the most part, like, oh God, what song? I'm trying to think what song I would put on mixed CDs, but I feel like I was better thought out than that. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'll think about it while you guys.
Like,
are
you
talking.
really felt all your shit.
I
You really
did.
felt
Like, I had like designs. Like, I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
Like to build that shit. But I'll think about it because, like,
I
I'm
did
sure.
not, because I knew exactly the shit that I would skip in my own playlist that I would put out there for sure.
Like what? Unbelievable.
I know even now, when I put a playlist together and I put this artist in there, I skip every fucking song except for maybe 1 or 2 songs that I might put in there, even though other people like them. Like, I'm having a party, whatever the fuck, and people are coming over, I'm going to make a playlist. I'm like, oh, this should go in there, whatever the fuck. But if I'm at home listening to it, I don't care. And I hate to say it, it's a really popular band. Pearl Jam. I skip Pearl Jam almost all the time. The only song that I'll listen to is I Got Shit, which I think is a really good song, and I can get down on that. But the rest of it, I kind of like, I just skip them. Like, I was like, well, that's for everyone else. That's not for me.
I think it's because you've heard them too much.
It's probably that. It's probably that. Like, I've been in on that shit forever.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of like, nah, I don't need to hear that shit
Right.
anymore. Like, I guess it was something from No Code. Maybe I would probably listen to it. But, like, something a little more obscure. But, like, I'm not going to listen to any of those songs from 10. I just don't. I don't care. I'm out.
But you know what?
No, those are good tracks.
They're good songs, but I'm out.
tracks,
I don't care.
I'm gonna say that was
what kind of mixtape you making here? What kind of playlist you making?
It's more on a playlist. Like,
Like, just
if
for
I'm
a
making
party or
I'm making a
something?
long playlist for, like, a bunch of people or people coming over for socks. Like, I have Porch on my.
Oh yeah,
on my,
you don't need that shit. No, fuck that. No, it shouldn't be on there. No.
Porch is on my socks thing. I never listen to it.
No.
I'll skip it.
You shouldn't listen to that.
One thing about the
Even Flow, maybe something high energy.
Even then, though, man, that album is like, it was great at the time, and right now I just don't.
that's still a great album.
I might listen to
Still a good
Release. I mean, like, I just like, there's not. Maybe I like Black. Black's a good song, but like the rest of it, I'm like,
You just name all the fucking songs.
feel
Oh,
it.
I like this song.
I named 2 songs.
I don't like any of that album. Like,
I
I
named 2
name every
songs.
single fucking song on the record.
I named 2 songs.
You named 2 songs.
Those are the only 2 I would
Those are the only
legitimately
2 you
listen
listen
to. I would listen to right now. Yes. The rest of the shit I would skip. I mean, you guys can
You ever
either
listen to it live?
you guys can
Oh,
either
that's a good one.
listen to what I'm saying or you just make your own opinions. I don't care.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you what I was
There's
saying.
what? How many tracks on there?
Probably 10.
Is it 11? I
Well,
think there's
it's
11 tracks on
11
10.
tracks. I'd
which
listen
is
to 2.
hilarious. You listen to only 2 of them.
I'd listen to 2 right now if you were playing. Let's skip the other.
Dude, Release is really good.
That's one of the
Oceans
ones.
is good.
I'd listen to Black and Release. That's about it. The
Probably
rest of the
Oceans
shit I
is
would
good.
skip. I
Garden.
just don't care.
You don't like Garden?
No,
It's a good song.
never did.
Never
When
did.
making a mixtape, though, it's interesting. Like, it depends on what you're going for. Like, back in the day, you're either trying to, like, really impress the person or you're trying to influence them to listen to some shit they don't know about.
That's true too.
And to me, I was never the guy who was like, here's some shit you've never heard of. I was always trying to be the, here's some shit you'll probably like. But my formula, which was very, let's just say primitive,
Mathematically driven.
to making a mixtape was song one's got to be a real ass kicker. You got to come out of the gate hard.
Yeah.
And then song 3 has got to be like the best song that you could think of that you would put in this mixtape.
Because you got to keep it going.
You got to keep it
Yeah.
going. And most people will exercise to it or listen to it for a short period of
Yeah.
time. So only going to hear like songs 1 to 5 or 1 to 6.
And
So
7
you
you
gotta-
start killing.
You
can
got
start
to
taking
kill
it
in that
down,
first
yeah.
group right there. So you got to make sure you really hammer it. You can put all kinds of shit on B side or at the end of that first side, in my opinion. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just got to
right.
make sure you nail that early shit right there. And making sure it's shit that they like, or if it's you're not sure like it's some shit they listen to, at least know enough about the person that they kind of listen to something adjacent to that. So
Yeah.
they might like get into it. Don't just sort of blast them with something like you don't know if they'll like. They'll throw that shit right out.
Yeah.
They won't even fucking listen.
Like, don't hit them with a bunch of Slipknot right out the gate.
If they're
you
not
know,
down
if you
with
don't
something
if they don't
similar,
like
right?
Slipknot.
You gotta make sure they're down with some shit
Yeah.
that's close to that.
Yeah, see, like I feel like I didn't make a lot of, I made a lot of mixtapes for myself, right? For me to listen to in the car, or for me to
Right.
pop in someone when we're driving someone's car. And most of my friends had similar musical tastes, so it wasn't that difficult. But one of the things that was key in my, because remember, you got a finite time on each side of this this tape, was like punk rock became essential to these because you kind of like see like you only got like this
At
much
the
tape
end, yeah,
left,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're like, I can fit a Descendants song in here.
You're right.
Like, I can fit one of those.
I can play Sedated right here.
What's that Beastie Boys album where it's like 8 songs and the album's like 11 minutes? Like you could always pull tracks off of
with
that.
the dog, with the dog on the
yeah,
front.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could always pull tracks off of that one.
Oh, shit.
And there was always at the very end, like you get like a punkorama from Epitaph.
Yeah.
Some like New Bomb Turks at the end, like you just throw like
It's like 48
like,
seconds.
yeah, you just like get the short song where you got enough time and run out the clock with that. And then it turned into CDs, and CDs were easier because you usually typically, especially if you're ripping from the internet, you got like a timestamp and you can kind of like measure it out. And so, but when it got to that point, when it was like the Napster kind of thing where you're grabbing stuff and like building a CD, like I was always into like finding some shit no one else had, right? Getting like tracks where it was like covers or like things. I still remember I have it. I think I still have the CD somewhere, but like and this shit's widely available now because of the internet. But back in the day, having like Local H doing 25 or 6 to 4, and
Right.
having Deftones doing like Weezer songs. Like
Yeah.
this shit was like you can only find this if basically you're torrenting these things, And so that was always the kind of shit that I would try and get when I got to the CD stage. So the tape stage was like stuff that I wanted to listen to. The CD stage was I'm trying to rip things that like no one's heard but I think are cool. And then now the playlist thing, man, like it's long form.
Yeah.
It's unlimited,
You're
yeah.
talking like when I'm making
If you make a lot of mistakes,
when I'm making a playlist,
you have tons of recovery.
But you
playlist
also
basically
have
like
to
5
do
hours.
a flow. There's got to
It's
be
like
a
basically
flow.
5 hours.
You
And
like,
It seems
you
I
got to
almost
plan
go-
it out.
I almost go like kind of wedding DJ style, right? Like I start off with like some like if I'm doing like for you do a New Year's party.
Yeah, you always
I
do that playlist. Yeah.
and that playlist is gonna start out. You're going back to like the 50s, the 60s. You're gonna get some like Sinatra and some like that kind of stuff. You know, like that the Rat Pack whole bit.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get into like a little more. You start getting like a little more upbeat, and you get like in the dancier grooves of like 70s and the 80s. If you're making a long form playlist for a party and you ain't got Billy Ocean on it, you fucked up. Let me just tell you.
True that.
So you get into that, you got some Rick James going, or whatever. You know, like that's when the party's like really running.
When you're doing
right?
the cocaine.
And then like the much like at my wedding, this is when it gets to the witching hour of like it's only your boys are up, you know, just the crew hanging out. Like that's when you bust out like the 90s hip hop.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. And
the dance floor at your wedding in that hour was packed.
Oh man,
you couldn't have a spot.
I just remember going up to the DJ. So like our buddy was gonna DJ it. He couldn't do it, but he said I got my guy. He knows your bit. Like he can get down with what you want to do. I'm like, all right. And so it was probably like it was getting late in the night, and like kind of like the older remnants of the family are kind of getting off to bed and whatnot. And I just went up to him and I'm like let's get some hip hop going. Yeah. And he's like, I got you. And the first song that ripped off was Regulator, and like the fucking Regulate, right?
Regulate.
And like the whole like people were just kind of standing around. That whole dance floor just got and that's how you got to do that part of the playlist. Like,
yeah.
you
can't bands dance bad to Regulate either.
No.
It's just like you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah, you just chilling.
Then you get then when we get to the late part of the night, right? That's when I revert back to my early days of like the CD and tape of like let's play some stuff that like you never even heard of, and I'll hopefully get you into some new stuff. That's right. I wait until it's 2 a.m. That's when we're playing that stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the new philosophy, because I've got so much. Like there's no
unlimited
limit to it. Yeah,
it's
basically the night. The night is your limit. Like how late are people gonna stay up? This kind of thing. But like the thing that I guess since the other question is what do you skip?
What do you skip?
So the thing that I skip the most, and this is kind of maybe insightful into myself, is I kind of associate different bands with different people, right? And so one of the things that's in a lot of my playlists that like it's a band I really like, but it's a band that I associate with a friend who's passed away, which is the Smashing Pumpkins. And so, like, I have to be in the right mood to be able to listen to some Smashing Pumpkins. So, like, there's a lot of times where, I've got something coming through, like, even something like that wouldn't put you in that kind of state of mind, like Silverfoot or something like that.
Oh, I love that song.
I love that song. Geek USA, awesome. Like, I love those tracks. Yeah, but there's sometimes where I'm just like, maybe that's not what I want to listen to right now.
Yeah.
Because of that, And, like, I think...
it's not like you can be chilling. Like drinking coffee.
Well, I'm
listening to Silverfuck.
But I'm driving. I'm driving. And that comes up. And I'm just like, I don't want to listen to that. I don't listen to that right now because it reminds me of someone, right? Yeah. Because like I think I associate most of my friends. I associate with a specific band.
Oh,
and that's kind of like something that like just in my mind. Like if I think of a band, I'll think of this person too, right? Like you, it's way Pearl Jam, right?
Yeah.
Like it's obvious. Like Vinny Baseball,
which I would skip.
Vinny Baseball, yeah. That's why I felt so bad about you doing it because I'm like you're skipping my guy here. Like Vinny Baseball, it's very much Stone Temple Pilots or Deftones. Like those two, I associate really closely with him. Yeah. For you, it's Bush. Like because and here's the reason. Like I think we're like the only two people that in the Gavin Rossdale Gwen Stefani split took Gavin
I'm gonna
Ross.
stay aside.
Like that's the better musician here. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
That's it. Yeah, we would be on that side.
But yeah, I mean, like everyone that I know, like I kind of associate with something, and like so if there's bad memories or mixed feelings or something about someone with a band that I have associated with them, there could be like I don't want to really listen to that right now.
Yeah.
And then that's why I never listen to Motley Crue anymore because of Ken W. Up. Now
They're back.
that's just the way it kind of like mentally I kind of connect things, and so like it's difficult to listen to some of those tracks sometimes,
Yeah. 100%.
but it doesn't it doesn't wane my love for Pearl Jam as much as My Sock Summer Illinois. No.
Damn.
Oh, come on.
How dare you?
That's funny. That's who I get associated with.
Well,
But
you know why?
we
Because
went to
we
that
went to
show.
Pearl Jam show together.
Yeah.
That was a great time.
You
It's
know
not-
what? When
it-
I
but it's
think
not
about
even
you,
like-
I think more about like Jane's Addiction.
See,
and
that's
stuff like
I'm
that.
more
That's
Jane's and then
I
rap.
feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
weird.
feel you more
It's
of that.
weird
but shit.
because, but no, I get why you think that. Like, why that is the way you think because that's what we did. We had a good night. That was a fun night.
Yeah.
And then we also went to Jane's though.
We
at
went to
Mash
Jane's.
Show.
But there's other people that I associate with Jane's.
Yeah.
Actually,
Better, cooler than me.
Eric Avery is one of them because
Yeah.
I met Eric Avery and I acted like a goddamn fool.
I wasn't
trying to.
in the band. I wasn't in
And
the
so-
band.
True.
So I mean, like there's all kinds of different things that I connect in random ways to different types of music. I mean, like I can't listen to like a song like Big Empty without thinking about the fact that like of the Crow. I can't like separate
Sure.
those two things from one another. Like I can't listen to Nirvana, and like if I listen to like a whole Nirvana album, there's people from high school that I remember that we were friends with.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh man, like that was the band that we all liked.
Yeah.
Like all at the same time. So like there's a lot of connections that you make mentally, and I don't know. I still do that with bands.
Sure.
See, I just think of you. I think of Soundgarden and Butter. That's all I think of.
If you gave me just those two things, I'd be fine for at least a week. That's my desert island jukebox. I got like
Give me
four Soundgarden
4
albums
sticks of
and
butter.
then a stick of butter.
See, I would have been 4 sticks of butter and one Soundgarden.
That's the right way to do that shit.
All right, I think we're good for tonight. We've talked a lot of music,
Yeah.
and a lot of gibberish, so that's always good.
Yeah.
We will talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys.